Welcome back, everybody. Well, I don't need to tell you this. We're in the thick, kind of the beginning, though, of summer travel season. And if you're like executive producer Jeff and you haven't booked your summer vacation flight yet, our next guest is here to knock some sense into you. It's literally one of the best intros I've read all year. Anyway, give it up for our travel expert, the one, the only, the Thrifty Traveler, everybody, Jared. Hi, buddy.
Great to be back, Jason.
Making your Chicago debut.
Yes,
that's
very
right.
exciting.
Okay, let's start. Jared had my cards over there. That's right. Thrifty. You're in a battle. You're having like a Hollywood Twitter fight, aren't you? I read on my card here. It's you versus Delta SkyMiles. What's going on, Jared?
We might be delusional here at Thrifty Traveler to think that we are battling 1v1, but we're seeing a little bit of that. So we wrote a somewhat scathing, critical article of Delta SkyMiles, their points and miles program, several weeks ago, criticizing a bunch of things. And then somehow, either by coincidence or just sheer power of the Thrifty Traveler, a lot of those things have started to shift and change. So we're seeing more SkyMiles deals, which for 6 months we hadn't seen anything. Like anybody out there who earns Delta SkyMiles has probably seen when you try to go and book, there's not a whole lot of value out there.
You feel the same way. Look, they're not paying me. I wish they would, but I say this, I love Delta. There's a lot of great things about Delta, but I'm glad that you're making them mad because you need to, because SkyMiles are worthless as boobs on a turtle. You know what I mean? It's literally what it is right now. They used to be great.
We don't say worthless, they're worth less than they used to be, for sure. I don't know about the turtle analogy,
but I'm just saying, yeah.
I think you're onto something there, but there's just no question that, so many people out there have, American Express Delta cards and they put all their spend on it. They're hoping to take this big trip and then they go to book and things cost like 2, 3, sometimes 4 times more than they used to. And that's just not fair.
Do you think I'm sorry to be stuck on this, but it's a huge story. And all joking aside, do you think they respond to these online campaigns? I honestly think that they did listen to you and saw the reaction, because your article got a lot of attention, my friend.
Yeah, this whole theme was featured in Forbes and in the Wall Street Journal, and people actually follow those periodicals. I don't know about Thrifty Traveler.
Don't be modest. Delta.
It definitely resonated a pain point with a lot of people, and it got more press, and then I think Delta, may or may not have started to kind of offer a few more sales, which we've seen some amazing nationwide stuff to Auckland, New Zealand, Santiago, Chile, and then here in Minneapolis, one of our new routes to Maui that just launched last weekend. They put that on sale, which is really strange.
We picked on them for a few minutes, but not picked on, but just constructive criticism, Delta. So here's some positive. It is aloha.
Yeah.
Right to Maui. That's a great deal.
Very exciting. Obviously, Delta's launching a bunch of new routes, as are many other airlines. But I know here in Minneapolis, we need to go somewhere warm, and people in Minnesota especially love Hawaii. And, we have a nonstop route to Honolulu, but now we have one to Maui as well. But the problem with the Honolulu route, cash prices are like $1,200, which is a lot. But this Maui one they just launched last weekend, they launched with prices at $500 nonstop round trip.
Oh, guys,
that's pretty amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah. And that's a heck of a deal. Yeah.
It's exciting to see.
Yeah, we love United too, Chicagoland. We love United too. And here's more good news. Domestic flights, you've been on here quarterly. Every time you're on the last year or so, we've been griping that domestic flights are outrageous. We have a little bit of good news with that.
Yeah, the U.S. federal government tracks flight pricing, and from May 2022 to May 2023, we saw flight prices drop by 13%, which is great to see because prices have been going up, and up. And to see them finally starting to drop, the inflation at least was waning a little bit on the flight side. And that's what we're seeing here at Thrifty Traveler too. Flights are starting to drop, which is awesome.
You mentioned New Zealand when we were running through good news. Is it cheap? Is that a pretty good deal as far as New Zealand?
Yeah, so the deal was 2 weeks ago. So Delta has a new flight from LA nonstop to Auckland, which can be like 200,000 SkyMiles, like crazy, to $2,000. And Delta put every single U.S. airport that they fly from, like everywhere. Like, I mean, yeah, Chicago, obviously, Seattle, Minneapolis, like Fargo, North Dakota, Bemidji, like tiny cities, to Auckland for less than 50,000 or 50,000 SkyMiles round trip in economy, of course. But still, crazy value when you're cutting prices from 200,000 down to 50,000. I mean, that's awesome to see.
That is amazing. Okay, Delta, thank you for reading Thrifty Traveler. Okay, every time Jared's here, he's going to answer your questions in a minute, but we always do a round robin of travel deals. What do we have, my friend?
Yes, so these are from Minneapolis, and again, if you want to book these, go on to Google Flights. So like I said, that new route, nonstop, Minneapolis to Maui, it was $500 last weekend, now it's $598. Still, I recommend if you want to go to Maui next winter, get on Google Flights, book that directly through Delta, $598. Vegas, $158 on Delta this fall. Miami, $167 on Delta through December. Dublin, Ireland on Iceland Air, $530. Threw a Chicago one in there for all of you guys out there. Chicago, Midway, and O'Hare to the Hawaiian Islands on Southwest right now for $375.
What?
Which is an amazing deal. That's also available from MSP for slightly higher. Southwest is doing a crazy, like 48-hour sale that ends tonight. So
Chicago to Hawaii.
Anyone has Southwest flights they want to book, hop on there, check flight pricing. It's 40% off through tonight.
I will add a little because I was telling Jared we've been planning our trip. I will add a little, not bad news, but just don't sticker shock. For whatever reason, flights to Maui are cheap. Hotels in Maui have gotten unbelievably expensive. I recently helped our boss do her trip. I was shocked at how expensive Maui has gotten out of the islands. Do you see that?
Yeah, flight prices have been low because so many airlines are flying to Hawaii right now, but there's only so many hotels. And that's the problem.
Especially
it's all
on Maui.
Supply and demand, and there's just a lot of demand and not a lot of hotels available.
That's right. So as we do, we loan Jared out to you, whether he likes it or not. He's answering your travel questions and some good ones from our Facebook page. He'll do that when we return. Back after this. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. We are back with our friend Jared from Thrifty Traveler. He's ready to answer your questions that we posted earlier this morning on the Jason Show Facebook page. Don't forget, if you're new to us, go like us right now. Search for the Jason Show. Okay, first up, Jared, is Anita. Anita writes, hey, Jared, we're going to Hawaii in February. For a one-way ticket, my son and daughter-in-law are paying $300 from Madison, Wisconsin to Honolulu, connecting in MSP in Minneapolis, St. Paul. I'd like to join them at MSP, but for me, the cost is $710. Why is this?
So it sounds like Anita's flying nonstop from Minneapolis instead of connecting. So there's a strange thing with flight pricing is sometimes if you connect, the flight is much cheaper, especially from some smaller airports, versus going nonstop. And all of us, of course, want to fly nonstop, and the airlines know that, so they charge more.
That's why. It's a great question, though. Sheree writes, hi, Sheree. She asks, when flying from North Dakota to Vancouver and back with a layover at MSP, do you need to pick up your checked bags and recheck, or will they go right through? I'm an international travel newbie.
So almost always, you are going to have to pick up your bags at baggage claim whenever you enter the United States from abroad. So let's say you went to Cancun or anywhere else. You'd arrive, in this example, at Minneapolis, and you'd go through customs and you'd grab your bags. But in this instance, there's this weird, strange thing called U.S. pre-clearance facilities. We're getting a little nerdy. There's 16 of them around the world.
Get nerdy, that's what you're here for.
Vancouver is one of them where you actually, a lot of the Canadian major airports, where you clear U.S. customs in Vancouver or Montreal or Toronto, or Dublin or Abu Dhabi, just some examples, and you actually go through customs. So there's U.S. custom agents in Vancouver, and you land at a domestic gate. So then your bags should just connect, and you don't have to pick them up because you're clearing customs in Canada. Again, it's confusing. It's called U.S. pre-clearance facility.
That's good info, though. You all write that down.
Thanks for letting me get nerdy.
Good. No, that's good. Okay. This one comes from Jeff O. He writes, I tried applying for an American Express card, but I was denied the bonus offer. Does that have anything to do with recently closing a card from another company? You see these offers all the time, and some people apply, and then you get approved for credit, but they don't give you this bonus. Is it usually because of history?
Typically, it's not for canceling a card. Usually for like an American Express example, you're not going to get the bonus because you've already earned the bonus on that card. So I will just say, go to thriftytraveler.com. There's credit card application rules post. Go there. You know, if you're applying for a Chase card, there's different rules. American Express, different rules. Again, it's really nerdy, and it's super complicated.
It is.
So it's hard to know, but it'll depend bank to bank.
I always like to compliment Jared. I've said it a million times. When I do my vacations, I use all the tricks that Jared has taught us, and I'm telling you, I literally save thousands of dollars. I call it playing the game. Lauren has the next question. Hey, Jared, is it worth getting a travel credit card, or will I just deal with heightened exchange rates and blackout dates?
Well, I quit my job as an accountant working in banking because of travel credit cards. So I would say that my love for travel credit cards and maximizing them. So I am very biased when I say absolutely it is. I would say start off with something super simple like a Chase Sapphire Preferred card or a Capital One Venture card where you can, you talked a little bit about blackout dates and some complexities. Like the amazing thing about those two cards I mentioned is you can just book flights, especially with the Capital One Venture card. You can book a flight or anything else travel and use the points to wipe it right off your statement. There's no blackout dates or any complexity with that. It's super easy.
Venture's a good one. It's a really good one. Finally, a question from Jess. Hi, Jess. She shared a picture of a product on Amazon called a Bev Ledge. What the hell is... Anyway, she asks, I think this is pretty cool and I could see using it when sitting by the window. Do airlines allow this?
Did you invent this?
I know.
Are you promoting one? Is this Jeff?
Oh, I know. I wish I did invent this. Look at that. Jared, why didn't we invent this?
I don't even know what to say. I don't think you should use it if you're in an exit row because that would be probably illegal. When they're going through and reading off what you can't be this or that or have the Bev Ledge up because when you're trying to open it and it's in the way, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. I don't know if you should be putting anything on the window. You know what I mean? Like Garfield stickers or I don't think anything. No.
I'm not going to prison for this.
No, I'm not. No, I'll hold my drink. Give it up for Jared, everyone. For more information, seriously, you want to travel, you want to save money, go to thriftytraveler.com and sign up for the premium service as well. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.